Say that again, my bad. I was yelling at my little brother.
Oh, I said, what if you had a perfect place and then it was just overrun with humans?
The thing with that is that's kind of well, we haven't overrun the planet yet. It's more on the lines that we've disconnected from it. Like, there's nothing wrong with China's.
The thing is, we actually have overpopulated the planet. It cannot sustain life at a steady rate the way it is.
Well, here's the thing with that, right? That's under the assumption that, like, I think, like, that's under the assumption everybody continues the way they're doing. Like, think about it. Imagine if everybody, let's say, either went vegan or half of the planet went vegan, half of the planet were omnivores. If half the planet went vegan, there'd be enough. And if we would stop killing animals at the rate they are, there'll be sufficient of life. Like, remember, and this is not just pertaining to what I would usually reference back to. This is over, like, all of the world. Like, even in Asia, Europe, Africa, Russia, when
plants are kind of
I will keep killing animals to
natural.
eat them because they taste yummy no matter what any of you say.
And this is how I justify eating animals and plants equally. Okay, animals produce toxic emissions, all of them. I mean, no fart is healthy. You know what I mean? Like,
none. It can hurt your health.
He said fart.
This is hold on.
Plants are kind of like natural filters. No, I'm just trying to say, animals are like plants are like natural filters.
Why did you shoot
I don't remember. Nobody told me what's up.
Same thing as Michael Myers.
Demon. I am so sorry.
Demon, where'd you spawn at?
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying, but here's my thing on that at the same time. Remember, prior to the way we act now with this mass food production, the way it work is if we were, let's say, hunting a specific animal for consumption, right? Once that race of animals started dwindling, what was the custom that all humans adapted to no matter where they were from? They would cease their hunting expeditions on that animal, specifically because they didn't want the population to go sick. That was just like, you felt it in the environment that that population was dwindling. That's how we acted. It was the same way with the Indians and the buffaloes when the pilgrims came here in order to colonize the land, in order to kill off the Indians. They killed their sacred animal, the buffalo, and they killed millions of them. Hence why you don't see a buffalo in America to this day, unless, like, you're lucky. Because they killed them all off in order to starve the Indian. Oh, I'm sorry, not the Indian, Native Americans. My bad, I meant to say Native Americans.
Buffalo
so like,
burgers are good.
But at the time that they were doing it, what was it? They ceased eating that specific type of animal because they knew it was dwindling. They had to find other ways to consume. Like, so it's not like we can't support it. It's just on the means of right now. What's the thing that all humans in America eat? Cows. You see somebody eat a dog, you be like, ew, that's nasty. What's the thing that most people eat in China as sacred dishes?
Dog.
Probably, yeah, dog, cat. And not like nothing. There's anything wrong with that because to them, it's the same way we look at them when they eat dogs. Like, ew, you're eating cows. Like, see, now that's just closed-minded thought right there.
Oh, it's definitely closed-minded.
It's because he's part of the new generation. The new generation's doing.
I know it's not that. It's just that like you can have a pet and you can love it, and then next thing you know, you're on your dinner table and you're eating him.
My friend wanted to get some in. He said our
okay.
species and government is a warmongering species, experimental to monitor growth that's ungodly-ish. As everything is a theory, I cannot disprove this, but also can't get behind it. Humans cannot survive on their own. Vegans, that's
Hey
why.
Timmy, I
Humans
got
are
you a
innately
bunny rabbit
omnivores.
for
I guess I'm not
Christmas.
too involved in Chinese.
Oh yeah,
Don't
by
eat
the way,
dogs.
he's our dinner for next week.
Right.
Alright,
Okay, the thing is, it's not like that. They have pet animals, and then they have food animals as well. To them, cats and dogs... To some of them, cats and dogs are still pets. But most of them would not have a cat or a dog as a pet.
Yeah, see, and this is like here too. Like, we have specific animals we eat, and with specific animals we don't eat. It's more like a cultural thing. But once the animal population starts dwindling, what we do? We lay back on it. But the problem is now we are mass consuming cows, and when the cow population dwindles, we're not going to have anything left to eat because we cannot prepare any sort of meal. Plus, we have not learned agriculture because we see it as a useless past, even though it's the most important thing that we have.
I know how to do it.
Adapt. And that's the problem. Like, we can easily support human life on this planet. The problem is we don't know how to adapt to it because of the closed-minded thoughts that we have.
Tank is under the table to the left. Hey man, welcome to the stream.
You get what I'm saying, right? Sorry, I know someone's trying.
Demon, just follow me. I'll take you to Shadow.
I mean, what I'm trying to. It's not all cultures. Go ahead.
What I'm trying to say is.
You like me to take you to Kush?
Jeez, you say who do I know that says agriculture is useless? When you go to school, do they ever teach you that farming is a useful job? No, they teach you to go get a desk job. When you ask about agriculture, what would they tell you? Oh, well, you can do it, but it's not much money. Nobody supports agriculture nowadays. Like, I know in my own community, my brother in the other room can get behind this. If you talk about, well, I want to be a farmer, we're so lazy over here that we'll be like, oh, but that's too much work. Not knowing, without farmers, you won't survive. And who is here from America?
Me.
Alright, can you get behind that statement that if we were to mention, oh, I want to be a farmer around here, people would act as if that's like,
oh yeah, oh yeah, they'll be like, what do you mean you want to be a farmer?
They're like, fuck yeah, dude, go be a farmer.
Okay, well, I guess it depends on your.
It's certain states.
I know
here, everyone would be fine with you being a farmer here.
Yeah, because that means clean water.
Are you?
Yeah. But around here, like, imagine trying to be a farmer in Flint, Michigan, which actually still has not received this clean water. Oh, fun fact about Flint, Michigan, there was a lady who was going to do the calculation and actually sue the government for how much of the water is poison and how communities can't get none. She was
didn't she disappear? Dead. Yeah.
Yeah. There was one person who was going to sue the American government.
Oh yeah, he died too.
Actually, no,
wasn't that the dude?
There was another man who was going to reveal all the facts about Hillary Clinton's past. He found commit suicide.
I knifed you first. I'm so done.
2 shotgun bullets to the back of the head. 2. He committed suicide with 2 shotgun bullets. How he fired the second one, I don't know, but I know this man.
And how did he get it? How did he get it in the back of the head?
With a shotgun. And I bet the angle was way off.
Yeah. But geez, that's how it is over here in some places. Some places, they don't see agriculture as an important thing. Like, people nowadays, they don't want to live off the land. Like, imagine, like, let me put it like this. Imagine if everybody respected nature.
You know, actually, honestly, since we're on to agriculture, how about we talk about the plants that are illegal?
What you mean, like?
All right, I'm about either go to game chat or mute everyone that's talking smart because my brain is hurting.
If your brain is hurting from smart conversations, I think you might want to rethink your life choices. That's just me, though.
No, okay, honestly, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna say his IQ is probably not as high as ours.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that, like, I mean, it could be that he's probably the most intelligent in the room, but he just decides
No, actually, this conversation has nothing to do with intelligence. Well, I mean, sort of. Not about age, though. It's not about what we've learned from being alive.
But, like, well, back on the subject of Agra, since I think he went to game chat already. Like you said, plants that are illegal. What do you mean, like?
I'm talking about plants that are being dismissed because of the negative comments about it.
Talking about weed?
Yeah, I'm mainly talking about weed.
Hold on, man. I seen your comment. Just give me a second.
I don't see nothing wrong with weed, specifically because, one, there's cures for cancer. We all know that, and you won't get your hand on it because there's no money in curing the disease. There's money in treatment. You cure something, oh, we don't have to pay you no more. You treat it, oh, we gotta keep coming back. So, like, there's definitely cures for it. But my only thing that I don't really mind weed before is because they say, oh, it destroys brain cells. So why is this some of the most intelligent questions come from those who are on the herd?
That's actually false. It does not destroy brain cells.
I'm free this weekend.
Propaganda against marijuana to make it seen as a drug.
Just like somebody went out into U.S. law, they actually researched a patent and they exposed this information, even gave the link to the site on this information. The U.S. patent that they have on the medicinal herb marijuana, they actually do not have control over the substance. They have authority to, like, make sure that it's not being used for inappropriate means, but they actually cannot distribute the substance themselves. They do not have control over it, meaning they cannot tell us we cannot give it out freely. They are not to tell us we cannot sell it. It is merely they can watch over to make sure it's not getting out of hand. So I mean they're actually abusing their power as of right now. Hence the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. If your government turns against you, you have the power to fight back. Now we don't because they haven't brought the military into the states because they can't do that. So they've militarized the police.
There's a lot of new people, like Rarity, he's a new person.
It's a fact. If your brain hurts from intellectual conversation, you might have an issue. Your brain, as it was said, cannibals. Cannabis problem is the THC addictive problem.
Nice.
Cheese. Here's the thing about weed having addictive properties. That's only under certain situations. For example, if a person, let's say a person is going through life situations constantly, like nothing's going right for them at the moment, and they use weed as like an outsource. Now, if that person continues to use weed as an outsource, whenever they have an emotional tug, like a problem that tugs on their emotion, they're going to have to rely on the plant because they haven't learned to deal with the problem themselves yet. They haven't learned self-control. Like, so that's the only problem with it when people rely on it for trivial things. It's not necessarily addictive because people easily use weed one day and stop. Now, would they want to get it back? Yes, but once again, that's more of self-control. It's not like cigarettes, which are completely legal, that actually have a chemical in them that make you want to continue using the product. And my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I got to tell you, man, it's not exactly like that. Your lungs actually process THC differently than they process the air around you, and they prefer to process THC, causing a chemical in your brain to switch where you get this urge to smoke marijuana. It kind of is addictive, but it's not as strong of an addictive drug.
It's not deteriorating addictive.
And
it's more
the thing about it is,
actually,
it's more of the brain saying, "Hey, this is the thing that I like. I want that more." It's not like the other addictions. Exactly.
Continue use, yes, dopamine, that's what it is. But here's the thing about utilizing dopamine. Like, if you pay attention to the chemical, my bad, this is somebody in my chat. He actually wants to participate in the conversation. The thing about dopamine is your brain will start producing less amounts of dopamine the more that's actually being produced in order to limit the amount of pleasure you actually feel from the substance. So while dopamine can be the problem, sooner or later your brain will start telling you, all right, so we're going to stop using this for a while, and you'll stop feeling the effects. In which case, a person, that is more of a conscious decision when they go and get more of it in higher dosages. That's more of a conscious decision. That's no longer like the brain telling you you need it. That's more on your choice now because you want that feeling again. That has nothing to do with the brain from that point on. As you were saying, I was like,
I mean, your brain is your conscious and your subconscious, so technically it still is.
Sure, my bad. But you guys kind of get what I was getting to.
Right.
In words of Cat Williams, it's a plant. It just grows like that. And if you so happen to set it on fire, it has some effects. And the thing, you can't ban weed and not ban cigarettes, which chemically is proven that the nicotine is there.
I'm also saying alcohol should have something on it because the thing is, marijuana will not kill you from just smoking it. Alcohol will kill you from just drinking it. I mean, actually, I'll take that back. Marijuana cannot physically or possibly kill you. I mean, technically, it could, but it's not physically possible. You would have to smoke so much marijuana, like a house full of marijuana, within, like, a minute for it to kill you.
15 minutes.
Actually, since we're on the subject of things that's possible,
you know.
Well, yeah.
Well, I'm on the subject of small possibilities. So, you know how some people say the first gender that was on this planet is female? And how females can't produce without a male? Actually, inside the female body, I forgot which bone is on, but there's actually a chemical within one of their bones that if it happened to get it, like on an egg, it will actually fertilize. Females can have children on their own without having coitus. Like, it's actually, like, it's possible, but it's less than a 1% chance that it'll happen. But the fact that it is possible. But I think about it, when males came to this, like, when males were a presence here, that's when they would have like that's when they started adapting to the plan. We're like, oh, we no longer need to do this no more because not only is this pleasurable, but it also helps us reproduce. But before then, remember they had to find a way. Like,
you know, now that you bring that up, what about what was it? I'm not really big in Christianity, but what is it? Virgin Mary? Her getting pregnant without
that's still theories.
Another thing about the Virgin Mary, I forgot to bring this up. I can't believe I missed this point when we were making correlations between the book and virgin birth. So originally on one of the hieroglyphs is the story of Osiris, the god of the afterlife. Basically, Osiris was a pharaoh and he was a very perfect king. He had a brother Set. Now the problem with Osiris, his brother Set was jealous of Osiris having the throne. So Osiris went and cut. Set went and cut his brother Osiris up into many different parts and cut his penis off of his body. In which case, his wife Isis went and found all of the parts, but she couldn't find his penis because his brother Set had gave it to Sobek, the goddess of the not the goddess, the god of the sea, aka the crocodile, the man with the crocodile head. So,
well, he's more the god of the Nile.
Yeah, the god of the Nile. My bad. But so that she fed it, so Set fed it to him. And what ended up happening was she put all of his parts back together and his spirit returned to the body, but they couldn't have a kid. So his wife said, I got this. She flew into the air. And you guys know when you're going downhill, how you can get butterflies in your stomach, like you get that pleasurable feeling, like down there, which is really just a chemical reaction in your brain out of fear. But I don't know if you guys have ever experienced it, but around here we got hills, and when you're going down, you kind of feel something down there. It's not pleasurable, but it's not like a bad feeling. It's something that can easily provoke it if like you got like high amounts of it. So she turned into a bird and began flapping her wings like around his area, and it gave him like sort of that feeling. In which case he somehow managed to ejaculate and impregnate her as she was a bird, which is why the god Horus is pictured with the head of a hawk. Because the bird she turned into was a hawk, nonetheless. Like, obviously, it was a hawk. And that's how virgin birth started. That was from the hieroglyph itself. And like I said, it may not be completely true, but the very fact that we at least have a depiction of how it could have happened. And remember, metamorphosis isn't like, it's not like even as far back as the not prehistoric, but like basically before we started recording our history type stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, I think my personal opinion, I think metamorphosis is possible, mainly because remember how I mentioned the 10 strands of DNA that's missing? Think about it, if you had a higher level of consciousness to the point where, because remember, the brain actually does turn, and like you actually are what you think.
Yeah,
People have actually done studies.
That's how it works.
Yeah, like people have done studies, and the brain actually, like, if you think like, oh, I want to be this, or I want to be that, the brain actually tells your body, okay, we have to build towards these properties. You actually become what you think. That's the funny part. So think about it. If somebody was really like, let's say their conscious level was higher than the average man, and they focus on certain aspects that they want to become, you really think it's hard for them to physically go through the changes to turn into an entirely different life form, like being. Alcohol is ethyl alcohol. Why drink that? We get it, Blake? Okay, all right, my bad.
They gotta use your time. What the fuck are you using your time?
Well,
I get what you're saying.
I'm just gonna say, when I was a little kid, I really wanted to be a ninja, right? So I always thought a ninja is strong but tiny. Right, like slender. And I am a pretty muscular, slender guy.
Oh dang.
So basically, you're trying to like you saying that you became what you wanted to become, right? Like what you focused on.
Pretty much. Like I focused on those aspects of a ninja, right? Because I figured that was possibly attainable, and I was like, I want to be a slender, tall, muscular guy, and that's pretty much what I am.
For me, you might actually find this a little surprising, but I actually, when I was younger too, I wanted to be a ninja so bad, but instead of focusing on like the physical aspects of a ninja, I focused more on the skills like hearing, sight, And to this day, I'm the only member of my family that requires glasses. I'm the only member of my family that has the heightened sense of hearing, smell, and sight. Like, I remember one time we were riding in a car.
I did also focus on the hearing, and I have pretty good hearing. But, that's when it's not pertaining to people talking to me.
Like you're more aware, you're more aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same here.
It's almost impossible for somebody to sneak up on me.
It's the same here, but I can have my music blasting in my ear. Like, I remember one time I had my music like in my ear while I'm at a bus stop sitting down with cars riding by in broad daylight. I'm paying no attention to anything. I got my head on the lyrics. All of a sudden, my nerves go off. And I turn around and look behind me, and it's my homeboy who just likes to sneak up on me to make sure I'm paying attention. And he right there, and I'm like, how did I know this man right here? Like, you become what you want to become. Like, your mind will make you what you.
Hey, I got a question for you. What is your horoscope sign?
Who, me? What you mean, my horoscope sign?
Yeah, like your Chinese zodiac or whatever.
Me, I'm supposed to be a Cancer, but in my own opinion, I say that I'm an Aries just because I like the name of the God of War.
Well, it's different. It's spelled different for Aries.
What you mean?
Well, Aries is A-R-E-S, right?
I keep it in human lens. You can't.
But Aries, the sign is A-R-I-E-S.
You just completely changed it.
I'm a Libra.
But Cancer.
Alright.
I am a Capricorn.
I am, don't care.
I'm Pisces.
Wait, but, why'd you ask that?
I don't know, I was just wondering.
What's everybody's Chinese sign?
Check off what's left of your,
I actually thought that
I
you were
am the retard unicorn. Yours.
No, in the flash.
I'm a dragon.
That's what year you pertaining to what year you were born.
Yeah,
right?
that's the year you were born.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, so back on the subject, so that's why I believe metamorphosis is possible to an extent because yeah, you can become what you want to become. It's not like it's impossible.
Oh shit, I forgot.
You can do it if you focus on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Demon, did you download Overwatch?
The only reason the servers are probably messing up on Rainbow is because they made it free for a little while, so a whole bunch of new.
No, not just because of that.
Oh, it's been happening for a while.
They also have the price.
Oh, they have the price? Yeesh. Rainbow must be slowly dying. I mean, the only reason I could think Rainbow is like kind of losing popularity.
No, it's like a 50% sale for a while.
Oh, okay. Hey, you guys agree or disagree with me on this? I feel how, free-to-play games do not require you to have PlayStation Plus to play online. I feel games you purchase should not require to have PlayStation Plus, and free-to-play games should require to have PlayStation Plus. Like, switched around, because I paid $60 for a game, well, I should have to pay online when somebody who got a free game doesn't have to pay online. You know what I mean?
Right?
Yep.
But, Sony's all about that money, so we might not ever see that change.
Alright, guys. Gotta end this short, because this is shit. Rainbow! Fix your shit! Why do they... See? I'm about to go play Battlefield.